The NTSB is asking members of the public to submit photos and videos of the incident to help them try to figure out what happened. They expect it will be a long process, potentially a year to a year and a half before the investigation is wrapped up. Authorities have arrested that suspected hit-and-run driver who plowed into a street carnival filled with people. It was a chaotic scene in historic South Central LA last night. 7 people were hurt. Fox 11's Hal Eisner is on the scene for us. Hal, what happened? 2 people were hurt, 1 critically, after their SUV plows into a tree in Seal Beach. The impact so intense, it smashed the vehicle into pieces, toppled that tree you're seeing right there. Firefighters had to pull 1 person from the wreckage. We're still gathering more information about how fast that SUV was going and what may have caused the crash. A shakeup at UC campuses. Thousands of workers plan to walk off the job tomorrow. The strike will affect nearly 50,000 researchers and student employees at 10 UC campuses. They want higher pay and improved benefits like childcare. Some workers say they make as little as $24,000 a year, not nearly enough to pay for their housing right near campus. The strike could also have serious impacts on classrooms heading into finals. Classes could be left without teachers and no one to grade those last-minute assignments. The race for LA's next mayor is still too close to call, but Karen Bass has widened her lead over Rick Caruso. Bass is ahead by more than 9,000 votes, but hundreds of thousands of ballots remain uncounted. That means we may not know who the new mayor is for days, even weeks. That's the upside of the effort to try to get more people out to vote. This time, voters could mail in, use drop boxes, or head to a voting center. I spoke with LA Magazine. Last time the city of Los Angeles went to the polls to pick a mayor, it turns out it was just under 30%. The next vote count results will be released tomorrow afternoon. Robert Luna's lead is growing over LA County Sheriff Alex Villanueva. An updated count released Saturday showed Luna up by about 260,000 votes. However, Villanueva has not yet conceded. More results will be out tomorrow. Democrats kept control of the Senate on Saturday, but the fate of the House still uncertain. Senator Catherine Cortez Masto's victory in Nevada gave Dems the 50 seats they needed for a majority, since VP Harris is the tie-breaking vote. That ensured a smoother process for Biden's cabinet appointments and judicial picks, including potential Supreme Court openings. But it could be days or even weeks before we know who wins the House. 20 congressional seats are still in play. However, most political experts say the Republicans are still on track to take control of the House. All right, coming up, he works with naval pilots, and that's just the beginning of this incredible story. As we salute vets, we're honoring an active member of our service who just got a very impressive promotion. Plus, an alleged attempted murderer, arsonist, and DUI driver, just some of the hundreds of cases being dropped in Riverside County simply because there aren't enough courtrooms. It's sparking outrage among victims and their families, and we'll speak to one right after the break. Stay with us. And the fallout continues after hundreds of felony and misdemeanor cases have been dropped in Riverside County simply because there aren't enough courtrooms. This, as you can imagine, sparking outrage. The Riverside County DA is blasting County Superior Court judges who have dropped at least 500 cases to date of all crimes, including attempted murder. The DA says it mostly impacts victims of domestic violence or DUI. We spoke to one victim who says he was riding his motorcycle through Temecula when a driver, allegedly under the influence, hit him from behind at a high rate of speed, eventually dragging him beneath the car. The investigators on scene said the impaired driver had a history of similar acts, and they estimated he was going 90 miles per hour when he hit Richard. The Riverside County DA, Mike Hestrin, says the decisions being made by judges is creating a public safety crisis, and it needs to stop. We reached out to the defendant, who has not yet replied, as well as Riverside County courts. They told me the court is not granting interviews and they'll send additional information tomorrow. We'll have more on this tonight at 10. If you love the movie Top Gun, you'll appreciate this story of a Navy doctor who treats those pilots. We just marked Veterans Day, and now Fox 11's Christine Devine brings us part 2 of her story on a member of our military, a Navy captain, and her personal connection. Still ahead, a wedding at the White House, the lucky couple tying the knot in a rare ceremony they'll never forget. And Dolly Parton awarded $100 million by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, what he wants her to do with that money. Welcome back. Country legend and philanthropist Dolly Parton receives $100 million to give to the charity of her choice. She can thank Amazon founder Jeff Bezos for that. Bezos honors Parton with his Courage and Civility Award, and with that comes a whole lot of cash. Parton has raised money for children's education, literacy, and of course the COVID vaccine. The question, what to do with the money? Which charity or charities will she choose? And it's going to be pretty windy this week. Here's Hailey Winslow with your forecast. A wedding party will soon return to the White House. It will be the first wedding with the president's granddaughter as the bride. Naomi Biden is the daughter of Hunter Biden, and it will be the 19th wedding in White House history. The ceremony will take place on the South Lawn, which is also a first. Still ahead, the Black Panther sequel surpasses expectations and shatters box office records. We'll be right back. And caught on camera in Texas, a first responder locked outside a public safety building gets a little help from his pal, his fire dog, Coda. The clever canine, with a little prompting, opens the door. Way to go, Coda. All right, that'll do it for us tonight at 6 o'clock. We'll be back with you right here at 10. Thank you for joining us. And of course, we'll have all of your latest information on foxla.com. Good night, everyone.